One of the things that we have focused on is the 1040 window. And it has to do with longitude and latitude. But inside the 1040 window are 95% of all of the unreached people of the world. We have the Buddhists, the Hindus, Islamic people. They're all in that 1040 window. And we have been focusing our mission dollars there. We've been focusing our television program in the 1040 window to bring the gospel to people that otherwise would not hear the gospel.
My name is Greg Kelly. I'm the CEO of World Mission and have had the opportunity to be there for the last 18 years. And Res Life has been an amazing partner of ours for many of those years. We take the gospel into places around the world where people have never heard. And what's interesting about those places is that many of the people are considered oral learners. Basically what that means is that they prefer to learn in a non-literate way. And so when we distribute Bibles, as wonderful as that is, and they value it, it's not going into their heart because they can't read. And so we distribute what we call the Treasure, which is a solar-powered audio Bible in hundreds of different languages. National leaders just need a tool to help mobilize them to engage these people who have never heard the gospel.
The young men, I had two. But after listening to the Treasure, they all came to church. I have around 30 of them. And the two of them were the only who were saved before. Others were not. But after teaching and listening to that Treasure is when they gave their life to Jesus. And that's when they realized that Jesus himself died and buried for 3 days, and the third day he was risen because of them. So they know that they are no longer dead but alive in Jesus.
There's places around the world where the gospel's never been that are uniquely hostile. In northern Nigeria, where these Boko Haram guys have been at work, if you approach one of the villagers there, they'll reject you immediately as a Christian. But if you go in there just in a spirit of love and offer to do something like drill a water well, it changes everything. And so many times World Mission will go into these places, and whether it's humanitarian relief from a disaster or a water project, and just do it with no strings attached, just because we love you. And then we'll follow that up with a treasure distribution in their own language. It is beautiful how the Word of God will have such a penetration when you prepare the soil through just acts of love. Res has literally helped us send hundreds of treasures into unreached people groups. What we found is that every time a single treasure goes out, about 140 people hear the gospel message over the course of that year. And these are Buddhists, these are Hindus, these are Muslims, and they're opening their lives to Jesus because they're hearing the Word of God in their own language from a national who loves them. There's a direct correlation between a local church being healthy and people being all in and focused on their Jerusalem. And that's one of the things I just love about Res, is that we're a healthy body. And because of that, we have a healthy expression to the ends of the earth. Out of the four walls, we are impacting literally every area of the world. It's a beautiful thing to see happen with my own eyes. There's this notion in missions that we emphasize go. And we think if we are not going, we therefore can't be a part of the Great Commission. And that's really incorrect, because the emphasis in that verse in the Great Commission is on make disciples. What we're doing at Res is we're making disciples, not only in our Jerusalem and Granville, but we're making disciples around the world among people who have never heard the gospel message.